Susan Fahman from Food, Sleep, and Sex. Today I want to share a really sweet, simple yoga practice with you that just about anyone can do just about anywhere. This practice is going to help you feel more at home in your body and connect more with your sensations. It's also going to just help you feel more connected to what your needs are. So it's a great self-care tool. It's about 20 minutes long with a little bit of a shavasana at the end. And if you've got the time, I really recommend taking an even longer time for shavasana to just relax and allow the benefits of the practice to seep in and allow the tensions of your day and your life to just seep out. Thanks so much for watching, and please share this video with anyone you think could benefit from it. Thanks so much. So we're going to start off our practice in a seated position, finding a comfortable seat, and if you need to sit up on something like a blanket or a cushion to make your low back and hips a little bit more comfortable, then go ahead and bring something underneath your sit bones to support you. And take a moment to just feel the shape of your body and feel your hips against the floor. And then begin to deepen the breath so that as you take your next inhalation, you're filling the shape of your belly with your inhalation. And as you exhale, the navel comes back towards the spine, softening the belly. Inhaling, filling the shape of the belly once again. And exhaling as you empty again. And then we're going to stretch our legs out, straight out in front of us. Make your legs nice and long. If you feel comfortable sitting like this with your back nice and straight without any strain in the low back, that's great. If you need some kind of support, once again, you can go ahead and take a blanket or a bolster and just place it underneath your sit bones to give you a little bit of height to help take the tension out of the low back there. And you can do the movements from this position. If you don't need the blanket, though, you can just put it off to the side and have it there for later if necessary. So lifting up nice and tall, and again, bringing that full, deep belly breathing in. And as you inhale, imagine you're filling the legs with your breath and pointing the toes away, and then exhaling, pull the toes back towards you. With each inhalation, pointing the toes, filling the legs with the breath, as if your whole form of your body fills with this breath. And after a few repetitions, we're going to speed up the movement a little bit. And really try to awaken the channels of the legs. Then lean back on the hands and just close your eyes for a moment. Continue with the deep breathing and check the sensations in the body. Notice the changes that are happening as we move through these poses. So just make space between the feet. And then we're going to rotate the feet both in the same direction at first. Imagining you could bring the feet so deeply into this rotation that you could rub the sides of your feet against the floor with each circle, with each rotation. Still inhaling deeply as you point the toes away and exhaling as you pull the toes back towards you. Engaging the whole leg in this movement and then reversing the direction. Still inhaling as you point away and exhaling as you pull the toes back towards you. And then we're going to circle the toes towards each other. Inhaling as you point away, exhaling as you pull back towards you. Start to cultivate the sense that it's the breath itself that's actually making the movement happen, that it's not some force of your own will, but it's the breath. And then reversing the direction once again. as big of a range of motion as you can find in this movement. And once again, pausing and bringing your hands back behind you, leaning back slightly and relaxing, deep, full breaths, breathing down into the belly. And then interlacing underneath the right knee, inhaling, lift the knee up tall and lift the chest. And as you exhale, lengthen the leg back out again. Inhaling, pulling the knee in, and exhaling, lengthening the leg. With each inhalation, lift the chest up to meet the knee as you bring the knee back to meet the chest. Lifting tall through the top of your head. And then pausing with the knee bent to breathe deeply. Lift tall through the top of the head and relax the shoulders. Deep breath in and pause for a moment as you straighten the leg, hold the breath. And exhale as you lower the leg back down. Inhaling, pulling the knee in, pausing with the breath as you lengthen the leg. Exhale, lower the leg back down again. And then relax again, pausing between the two sides to notice the difference in sensation between the right and the left sides of the body. Breathing deeply into the base of the belly. And then interlacing the fingers underneath the left knee, pulling the knee in towards the chest. Deep, full breaths, lifting the chest towards the knee. Inhale, and as you exhale, lengthening the leg out long in front of you. Inhaling, lifting the knee, exhaling, lengthening the leg. Each inhalation, you lift the chest to meet the knee as you lift the knee to meet the chest. And then again, inhaling, pausing, stretching the leg out, and then exhaling as you lower. Feel the breath in the body. Feel the breath making the movements happen. Notice the shape of your body as it moves through space. And once again, leaning back slightly on the hands, closing your eyes and checking in with your sensations. Now we're going to bend the right knee and cross the ankle over the left above the left knee, and then interlace your left fingers with your right toes. Try to really get them in there, get the webbing against the webbing, and we're going to massage the foot a little bit and wake up the base of the sole of the foot before making strong circles with the ankle. Really work it. You can really be strong on this movement. First in one direction and then in the other. And just breathe naturally. And then we're going to really flex the ankle and hold it strong as we push down on the knee and then pull up on the knee, exhaling as we push down on the knee and inhaling as we lift the knee back up again. Keep that ankle flexed, and that's what's going to protect the knee joint. And then you're going to use the hip muscles to pull the knee down towards the earth and kind of bounce the knee towards the earth as you breathe. And then holding the foot in one hand and the knee in the other, you're going to make circles. You can kind of sort of use the torso as well in this movement. Use the torso towards, pulling the torso towards the knee and moving it around, giving yourself a little bit of abdominal massage in this movement as well. And then reverse the direction. massaging the hip joint. And then stretch the leg out long in front of you and breathe, checking the difference between the two sides. Noticing once again, there's always some kind of difference between the two sides of the body. And then the left ankle crosses over the right knee and the fingers interlace with the toes. And starting with this little bit of massage for the sole of the foot, just waking up the sensation on the sole of the foot and then cranking the ankle strongly, firmly. First in one direction and then reversing the direction. Deep breathing, normal breathing, whatever feels natural. And then pushing the knee down and pulling it up as you strongly support the knee joint by flexing the ankle. And then using the hip muscles to pull the knee towards the floor as you then apply more pressure and bounce the knee towards the earth. As long as you keep that ankle flexed, you're protecting the knee. And then holding the foot and the knee and making circles with the hip joint. And reversing the direction. You can imagine you want to bring the knee to one shoulder, across to the other shoulder, and then down and around. As big of a movement as you can. And then again, stretch the leg out in front of you, lean back on your hands, close your eyes, and check your sensations as you breathe deeply. Bring the soles of your feet together. Bring the heels as close to the groin as possible, lifting tall through the crown of your head. And just breathe deeply. Try to imagine the breath expanding into the hip joints and relaxing the hips closer to the earth, relaxing the knees closer and closer to the earth. Deep, full breaths. And once again, you're going to stretch your legs out in front of you, lean back on the hands, and close your eyes, breathing deeply and checking in with your sensations. Good. So after a few breaths, you're going to come to sitting on your knees and rest there for a few breaths until you feel settled into the position. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to lift your arms up overhead with the inhalation and exhaling, lower back down again. And you're just going to try to sync up the movement and the breath here. Full deep breathing. And now with your next exhalation, you're going to hinge at the hips and keeping your back nice and flat, you're going to come forward. Inhaling back up again. You're only coming as far forward as you can without feeling like you're going to pitch forward, like your weight is going to pull you forward. And as long as you can keep the back straight as well. So as you continue the repetitions, you might find that you can come a little bit deeper forward in this forward fold, but only come as far forward as is comfortable for you today. Full deep breaths. Keep on breathing. And again, the movement and the breath are really working together. The breath is making the movement happen. And then completing the movement and lowering your arms with an exhalation. And again, pausing, checking sensations and breathing deeply here. Then you're going to come to your hands and your knees, bringing the palms right under the shoulders and the hips right over the knees. And inhale and arch the back, lifting the head and the tail. And exhale, lifting the center of the spine towards the ceiling. Inhaling, arching, lifting the chest and the head. Exhaling, lifting the center of the back. Finding your own rhythm again with this, finding how the breath and the movement work together in your body, finding a natural rhythm. When you feel up to it or interested, move a little bit more quickly, finding a fluidity in the movement and the spine and in your breath. And on the next inhalation, pause in the center, finding neutral with the spine. And coming back once again to sit in Vajrasana, hero's pose, and checking your sensations. And then finally coming once again to hands and knees and lifting your hips back towards the wall behind you into downward facing dog. Really root down through the base of your fingers, especially the space between the first and second finger, lengthening through the arms, lifting through the sit bones, long spine. You can take a peek at your hands to make sure that they're both in the same level on your mat. Full deep breaths. Fill the shape of your body with your breath, and then inhaling, bring your shoulders forward, coming to plank pose, lengthening from the crown of your head to the tailbone especially, and all the way to the heels if you can find that connection, and really stabilizing the core here. So there's a feeling that you're pushing your toes into the floor a bit, and you're pressing the palms of your hands into the earth and pulling them back slightly, and feeling this depth of intensity, this depth of strength in the core. Full deep breaths, filling your whole form with your full deep breath. And then bringing the knees to the ground as you exhale, coming back to a seated position, relaxing and checking your sensations. Inhaling, lifting the arms out in front of you, parallel to the floor. And with the next inhalation, point the fingertips down towards the earth. Exhaling, point them up towards the ceiling. And just as with the movements in the very beginning of our practice, you want to have the sense that you're filling the whole shape of your arms with each inhalation, and that the breath is returning back towards the navel center with each exhalation. And it's the breath that's making the movement happen. It's like your arms are like tubes that the breath is traveling down and filling, and the filling of the tubes is what's making the movement in the wrist. Keep breathing. Relaxing and just checking your sensations in the arms and the shoulders and the chest as you pause for a few moments. And then once again, inhaling, you're going to lift the arms out in front of you, parallel to the floor. Bringing the thumbs inside the other fingers into Vajra fist, making a fist with the thumbs inside and creating circles, making circles with the wrists. And try to find your biggest range of motion possible, really deep, full, wide circles. Imagine you could rub your knuckles against your inner wrist as you come into the inner part of the circle. And then reverse the direction. relax the arms once again. Checking your sensations, noticing what's happening. Once again, inhale, lifting the arms. This time, palms facing the ceiling. As you inhale, extend the arms. As you exhale, touch the fingertips to the shoulders. If it's not so comfortable for you to be sitting with your knees folded under you like this for this long, you can sit cross-legged. You could even be sitting in a chair for this movement. Sitting on a bolster is certainly fine. Make sure that you're comfortable and that it's not a struggle or an effort to keep your low back long and tall. And then spreading the arms out to the sides. And as always, as you move through this movement, having the feeling that your breath is filling the channels of the arms, that the breath is making the movement happen. And relax the arms. And then we're going to just do a little movement for the neck. So you're going to inhale, squeeze the shoulders up, and exhale, relax the shoulders and drop the gaze down. Inhale, lift the head and squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, drop the gaze down. And then finish with tucking the chin with the exhalation and lifting the head upwards with the inhalation. Keeping the shoulders relaxed as you move now. And then finally making circles with the neck. As big of a circle as you can move comfortably. And reverse the direction. And once again, just relaxing, checking your sensation, taking a few moments to allow your sensations and your experience to reveal itself. You can rest here with your eyes very barely open, gazing towards the floor, or even with your eyes closed if that makes it easier for you to check in with your sensations. Noticing the difference between how your body feels now and how it felt at the beginning of the practice. And then moving any support you might have underneath you off to the side and coming down to lie on your back for Shavasana. A few deep, full breaths into the belly, filling the belly with your breath. And with each exhalation, releasing any tension in the body, any holding, letting go of anything that might be holding in the body. You're not pushing thoughts away or pushing sensations away, but you're just allowing everything to be just as it is without any pushing or pulling. Whole body relaxed. Being with your experience just as it is. Continuing to relax completely. Feeling your whole body supported by the floor. Each exhalation allowing more and more relaxation to fill the body. And if you notice the mind starting to hang on to something or start to be distracted by thoughts, just gently releasing the thoughts. And allowing yourself and your mind to take the form of space, just hosting everything that comes up, pushing nothing away, holding on to nothing, just being with everything as it is. And then when you feel ready, slowly beginning to deepen the breath. Breathing deeply into the belly. Becoming aware again of your sensations as you lie here, feeling your skin and the clothing and the air against your skin. And slowly starting to move. And then slowly, when you feel ready, moving up into a seated position. Relaxing for a few more moments with your eyes still closed. And slowly opening your eyes. Hi, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the practice, and please visit me at foodsleepandsex.com for some more tools for your self-care toolbox, or email me at susan@foodsleepandsex.com with any questions that you might have. Thanks so much again. Be well.